Hey y'all, Pink Lady here. Welcome back to another episode of Bet on Yourself, Sis. This episode is a very special one in honor of Mother's Day that just passed. I interviewed my mom, Doris Arnett-Gary. So, my mom is an artist. She's an event planner. She's an overall creative. And she's the owner of Dreams Fulfilled Event Design Services. And she is the woman who inspired me way back when to become an entrepreneur. So, in this episode, we talked about her journey into event planning and the challenges she faced. We talked about transitioning to a sustainable business model. We talked about balancing community engagement and business, freedom and happiness in your work, leaning into curiosity and exploring new interests. We talked about embracing change and the derailments that come with life. We talked about personalizing your journey and collaboration over competition. So, again, this episode is very special. I hope you enjoy it. And a happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
Bet on yourself, sis. Bet on yourself, sis. You've got the goal, confidence and style. Let your power show.
Mama, hey lady, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for joining me
Good.
this morning on my
Absolutely.
podcast. Yay, I'm so
Yay.
excited. So,
Great.
you are the person who I actually saw be an entrepreneur and start on your journey and build a business and have clients and pretty much inspired me to do the same. So, I definitely want to talk all
Awesome.
about
Wow.
that today.
Okay.
But first, please tell the people who you are besides my mom, right? And what you do.
Right. Well, my name is Doris Arnett-Gary, Doris Laverne Arnett-Gary. I am a mom of two. I'm also a retired public school teacher librarian. I was in the school system for 33 years. I retired for 5 years. And now I'm actually back in the school system as a homeschool liaison part time. But as far as my entrepreneurship, I am an event planner. So I plan all kinds of events, anything from a first birthday party to a gender reveal to a wedding, from start to finish. As they say, from soup to nuts. And I've been doing that, boy, probably for about 40 years. First, just casually doing it for family and friends. And then I said, maybe I can turn this into something that will be a little lucrative for me. So that's what I've been doing. Once I started, once I retired, I should say, I kind of start looking into doing it more full time and for real money. Yeah. So that's who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw some of that journey. It's funny because you
Hmm.
say you were in the school system for 33 years and I am 33, right? So
Right.
it's funny how those numbers line
Yes.
up.
Yes.
I definitely saw part of this journey for you, right? So
Hmm.
um I want you to talk about because you said it, you started off doing it kind of just like on the side, doing it for
Hmm.
friends and family, right? Like
Hmm.
you were absolutely the go-to person when anybody in our family was having anything.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure
Absolutely.
you were that for your friends too. You were that for our
Hmm.
church, right?
Hmm.
So you were
Hmm.
always just that person, the go-to person if you're planning
Absolutely.
any type of event. So talk
Absolutely.
about like the entrepreneurship side of it, right? Like, yes, event planning can be fun, right? But it's not all it's not all fun, right?
No,
Like,
no,
so
no.
maybe let's talk about some challenges that you went through that you had to overcome, what you learned from that, and how that impacted your life and your business.
Okay, so way back, like you said, I started out doing it just for friends and family and stuff like that. So whenever somebody would have a birthday party or, like I said, a wedding, any of my sisters got married or anything like that, I was always that person, like you said, that would help plan everything out. I'm always researching, looking up things, the new trends, what's going on now and stuff like that. So if they were having something, then like I said, I'm gonna make sure that it's the best, the brightest, whatever. The thing of it is, though, that once you start doing that for people, and especially you do it for your family, and then they expect you to do it, right?
Mhm.
Which on one hand is really great because hey, they think well of you, they think that you're good at what you do, so that's awesome. But then, like I said, then they're expecting it, like, and if you can't do it that time, or you have another event or something else happens, then there's like they're always like that. Oh, you can't do it for me. You did it for so and so, but
Mhm.
you can't do it for me, kind of thing. So it's always that kind of thing sometimes. But the thing of it is that I love doing it, right? So it was always I was always looking forward to it, right? Even when people I remember times when like my sister was like, "Oh, I'm not going to do anything for my birthday or whatever." And I'm like, no, you got to do something, right? So I would plan things. I remember not too long ago, my oldest sister, her sons, one who doesn't live in New Jersey and one who does, they wanted to do something special for her 70th birthday party. They called me, right? So they call
Mhm.
me, we make arrangements, we get everything done, and I planned it all out. Like I said, from her one son booked the tickets, the other one got the car to drive us over. But basically, I was all in the planning of it, making sure that because it was a surprise for her, right? So
Mhm.
the timing, who was doing what was going to happen, whatever like that. I planned all that out. So, like I said, I love doing that stuff, but like you said, the challenge comes in where, like I said, people want you to do it, and then the bigger challenge on top of that is some people don't understand the expense that goes into sometimes
Mm.
doing these things, right? So, since I've been doing this for a long time, I may have a lot of inventory, but if I don't have exactly what you need for your event or whatever, then that means I have to go out and buy it, right?
Mhm.
Now, for sometimes, not a problem. If I got it, I'm going out, we're gonna get it, we're gonna get it done. But then other time, it may not be that time where I can handle that right at that time. So, it might be a stretch or whatever. So that kind of thing is always an issue. But then on top of that, when I start doing it, like I said, for really, for real, for money, right? And then you tell people, okay, well, it's gonna cost this amount of money. And they're like, oh, well, uh, I oh, now you stuttering.
Mhm. Mhm. What's the
Like if
problem?
if you went to somebody else, right, who was not your friend, right,
Yeah.
or not your family member, then what would you do? Right? You're not
Yeah.
going to ask them for a favor. You're not going to ask them, oh, well, can you give me a break on this price or whatever? I mean, things cost money, right? So when you're talking about challenges and trying to make people understand, I'll never forget. Oh, my goodness. I don't even know where I even heard it, but it was this story about this guy who, somebody came to him and said, I want you to build this deck on my house,
Mhm.
and I want you to charge me a certain amount of money or whatever. And he's like, I could, but you know, that's not going to work out. It's really going to cost so much. So he's like, okay, well, you know what? I'll do it myself. I'll do it myself. Can I borrow your whatever to do it? And he said, okay, I'll let you borrow it for this amount of money, you know?
Mhm.
And he said, okay, that's not too bad. Well, can you help me with such and such and such? And he was like, okay, but it's going to cost this amount of money. And by the time he added it all up, it was
Costs
really
more.
more than
Mhm.
what the guy was charging him. So, like, people don't always understand that. Like, if you want me to do it for you, I can do it for a certain amount of money. One, because I probably already have the inventory, right?
Mhm.
Two, because I have connections where I
Mhm.
maybe be able to get something cheaper than what you could do it at the store, right? And all those things, they add up, right? So if you want to do it yourself, that's awesome. Knock yourself out.
Right.
However, if you want me to do it, this is my price and this is what it's going to cost me, right? And you have to talk about my money, I mean my time, right? People
Yes.
don't understand that. My time costs money too, right?
Absolutely.
I'm and look, I might even give you a break on my time. But I can't give you a break on my labor. I can't give you a break on the cost of what it's costing me,
Yep.
right? You have to at least pay for the materials, right? If nothing else, So that was always a challenge. And for me, I was always that kind of person where, oh, you know what? Okay, I'll do it. It's all right. It's fine.
Mhm.
You know. But it got to a point where I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore.
Mhm.
I just couldn't afford to just keep doing things for people over and over and over again and not getting paid for it. So that was a rough patch. I had to really work on it. And it was more for me, it was more me than them because you always want to do something for your friends and your family. So,
Absolutely. It's having that
yeah.
big heart, right? And wanting
Mhm.
to you do a really great job at making people feel special. That is like one of your
Thank you.
superpowers. You are
Thank you.
like just so good at that. You are really able to like personalize experiences for people
Mm.
so that they get exactly what they want, what they
Mhm.
need, maybe
Mhm.
sometimes stuff that they didn't even know they needed, but like
Right, right, right.
yeah, it came from you. You are
Yeah.
so good at
Yeah.
that.
Thank you.
You
Thank
talked
you.
about so many things that I want to talk more about, right? Dive deeper
Okay.
into. Um,
Okay.
First thing I want to talk about is like you said it pretty much like what you were doing was not sustainable, right? Like
Right.
it wasn't a sustainable business model. It was burning you out, kind of
Mhm.
like stretching your money too thin, right? Like
Mhm.
kind of
Mhm.
making you look at these people like, why y'all not trying to pay me, right? Like all
Right.
these different things. And these are your
Right.
family and friends, right? People that you
Absolutely.
love, right? And
Absolutely.
and that's the
Absolutely.
thing in our community, right? Like always
Yeah.
asking for the discount or like expecting our people to have our back, right? Or
Yep. Yep.
like so I'm so proud to hear you say that like I'm not doing that no more because I know these are
Right.
conversations
Right.
that we've had
Right.
because it's just not sustainable and really
It's
it
not.
is us working on our boundaries and
Right.
teaching people how to treat us, teaching our
Absolutely.
clients, our friends,
Mhm.
our family, whoever
Mhm.
it is, right? Teaching those people
Absolutely.
how to teach us. So, how did you make that switch, right? Like what was maybe it wasn't a moment, maybe it was a series of moments or whatever it
Mhm.
was, but like what was that moment where you had the switch where it was like, okay, I'm not doing that no more. That's not
Mhm.
sustainable. This like you said, this stuff costs money.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
Like at the
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
least, when I'm doing something for people that I love, I want to break even at the
Right.
very least, right?
Right.
Like I just don't
Right.
want to be negative. Right.
Right.
So
Right.
but also I do want to make money, right? So
Absolutely.
what was the
Absolutely.
switch for you?
I think that it kind of was a series of things, and it was also kind of easing into it because I kind of went from um I'm putting out too much money, right? To okay, I'm just doing it for cost,
Mm.
right? And then it went into I really kind of got to make a little bit out of this. I gotta make something a little bit for me, right? So it
Yeah.
went through those stages. And I think between conversations with you, like you said, we've had these kind of conversations before, conversations with you, and then a couple of my friends who also were like, you got to make some money off of this. You can't keep doing it. You can't keep giving your stuff away,
Yeah.
you know? So after time of hearing that a few times from a few different people, it's like, yeah, yeah, I guess I really got to
Yeah.
do that. So, and I think the biggest thing about, I guess about 2 or 3 years ago, about 3 years ago now, I guess, I did a wedding for a good friend of mine, right? So, and she wanted everything. She basically didn't want to have to do anything except kind of make decisions,
Mhm.
and kind of didn't even want to do that, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so, like I said, we went through everything from the very, very beginning to the very end. And I was with her, I think we were looking at a venue. I think it was looking at a venue or looking at her dress, whatever. But anyway, it was myself, her mom, her aunt, and I don't know, a couple other people, and we were all, at the place together, and then we went out to eat. And her aunt, I think it was her aunt or her mom, said something about the cost, like, oh, that's a lot, or something like that. And I was like, okay. So what I did was I started doing a running, it's not inventory, but like a daily. thing of like what I was doing for her. Like,
Oh, yes.
if I called vendors, if I went out and bought something, if whatever. Every day, if I spent like 3 hours doing something, then I would write that down, and I'll write exactly what I did. And I did
Yes.
that for a couple months, and I charge so much an hour. I said, okay, this is my hourly rate, right? So, and I put in travel costs, gas, stuff like that. So I
Mhm.
did that for a couple months. And when they saw that what I was doing for her was a whole lot less than what I was really charging, because I was really giving her that friends and family discount, when
Mhm.
they saw that it was like, oh, okay, so
Yeah.
they were really like, okay, I'm gonna be quiet now, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And that really kind of made me say, you know what, that's it. That's what I'm going to do from
Yeah.
now on. Anybody has any questions about anything I do, every time I do, especially a big event like that, I'm gonna keep records of everything I do every day, every phone call I make, every time I go to a store, everything that I do. So folks to see, um, this is what it really costs.
Mhm.
Like, I'm being nice to you or whatever, or maybe I'm not being nice to you, but this is what it really costs. And this is all the effort that I'm putting into it for you. So like you said, when you say to me, I try to make people feel special and whatever like that, that's what it's all for me, that's what it's all about. If you
Yeah.
come out of it feeling like you got what you want or you got more than what you expected, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. And for that my friend, when I said, after I talked to her, after the event and everything, and I said to her, I said, "Are you happy?" She was ecstatic. She was ecstatic. She was so happy. She was able to be at her wedding and her reception, didn't have to worry about anything. I told
Mhm.
her, there's nothing that you have to worry about. If anybody comes and says anything to you, you direct them to me.
That's
Because
right.
I did it from her planning to her the day of, like
Mhm.
everything the day of. I talked to the people at the venue, everything. She didn't have to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what it's about. If I can make your event special so that you can be there and you don't have to worry about anything, I've done my job.
Yeah, I love that. It's first of all, I love that you itemized your time, right? Like you're like,
Yes.
this is what I'm doing. Like you clearly need to see that I'm doing all of this because you don't understand all that
Right.
I'm doing, right? So
Exactly,
here you
exactly,
go.
exactly. I mean, she was fine with it, because she
Mhm.
she gets it. But like you said, sometimes family, they're like, oh,
Mhm.
she charged you all that money. She's supposed to be your friend. Mm,
And they want to protect you, right? So it's out of
yes,
love, but a lot of the times it's just wrong. Like
right,
you are wrong and you don't know how wrong
exactly.
you are, so I'm going to show you how
Showed you
wrong you are.
exactly, exactly, exactly.
Right? So now you
Yeah.
could see all that I'm doing. Now you know that uh
Yep.
now you could see like I'm being nice for real. Like I should
Right.
be charging you more,
Exactly.
but you're getting the discount.
There you
And
go.
I think that's
There
a
you go.
great um like mindset shift moment for
Mm-hmm.
you,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
For you to talk about with your potential clients too. Like, all right, like I will itemize it for you so that you can see everything that I'm doing. You know that you are
Absolutely.
putting in your money
Absolutely.
and like you're gonna get the value for it for sure. I
Absolutely.
love that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I really love that.
I want to say one other thing too. The
Yeah.
kind of the flip side of that, almost, there are things that I will do, like you say, pro bono. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to charge for certain things, for maybe certain events or whatever, because there's a potential for so much more. If I do this
Mm-hmm.
one thing for this event for this person, somebody there may see my work and say, hey, I would like to get that
Absolutely.
too. So, that you have, but you have to balance that. You can't you
Absolutely.
can't do so much pro bono stuff that losing out on other things or whatever. So, but yeah, you got to throw those in there as well.
Very true,
Yeah.
especially when your business is like community based, right? Like
Yes.
you're in
Yes.
community with these people. This is your community
Mhm.
that you want to work with and for,
Right.
right? So I think that's very important having those things like there are certain things like you gotta pay me for this, period.
Right,
Like, and you're
right,
gonna
right.
pay me well for this, period. That's my rate. It's not gonna change, period. Right.
Exactly,
But then
exactly.
there are other things where it's like, oh, well, you are a community organization. I want
Mhm.
to be a part of that, right? Like,
Mhm.
so maybe I
Mhm.
will do something for free or offer a
Mhm.
service, an extra service or something like that,
Right,
because that's
right.
advertising,
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
So
Yes, yes.
I
And I'm going to
totally
pay for
understand that.
advertising one way or another, right?
Absolutely.
So if I tell you, okay, you know what, I'm going to do this for you at cost. Only all you have to do is get the material, right? You
Hmm.
don't have to pay for my time. I'm going to come, I'm going to set it up, I'm going to do whatever, whatever, whatever. And all you got to do is say, you know what, this is who did this. That's
Absolutely.
it.
And
That's it.
don't make sure you don't tell them what I did for you,
There,
right?
exactly, exactly.
Don't
That's
be
between
going
you
out
and
there
me.
telling all the business, right? Don't be spilling the tea. That was for
Exactly,
us. That was
exactly.
special, and everybody
Right,
can't get
right.
that. So don't be
No, no,
sharing all
everybody
that,
can't
right?
get that. You're right. You're right.
Exactly.
Yes,
Just tell
yes.
them that, just point them in my direction. That's all
That's
you
the
got to
point of
do.
just point.
Right? Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yes, 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 yes.
So, talk about entrepreneurship and what being an entrepreneur means to you.
I think the thing that about entrepreneurship is that I can do what I want to do. Right.
Mhm.
I do the things that make me happy. Right. So even if there's a job that somebody offers me a job and wants me to do certain things, if I don't agree with, their, whatever their politic, I don't want to say politics, but their whole thing,
Yeah.
whatever they're doing, stuff like that, then I could say, no, I'm not going to do that. Because I don't have anybody coming behind me saying, this is the job you have to take. You have to do this. You have to do that. If we don't jive, if we don't, we don't gel, I don't have to take your money. I don't have to do your job. I don't have to do anything. But then the other side of that is I get to do those things that really truly make me happy.
Yes.
I get to do those things that when somebody walks in the room and they say, "Oh man, yep, that's exactly it. That's what I wanted." Or I love that. That's beautiful. If somebody comes in and says that, that's what makes me happy. That's the
Yeah.
best thing about being your own boss. Making your own hours. Like I said, just doing things that you love to do. Yeah,
Yes.
that for me, that's the whole thing with entrepreneurship.
Yes,
Definitely,
absolutely. Me too.
definitely.
The freedom of it, right?
Yep,
Like the
yep,
number one, the freedom of getting to choose who I work with, right?
yep.
That,
Oh,
oh
definitely.
my
That's
gosh.
huge. That's huge. That's
That
huge.
is
Yeah,
the main thing because
yeah.
people are energy drainers, suckers, whatever,
Ooh,
right? And they
God,
just will
yes.
take. And it's just like, I
Till
don't
there
even
is
want your
no
money.
more. Right, right. Keep your money because I don't even want to deal with you. Exactly,
Mm-mm.
exactly. Yes,
Right?
yes, yes.
And I had to learn the hard way. I had to work with people like that to know that, like, oh no, I don't want to work with
Right,
y'all.
right, right, right,
Right? So,
right.
yeah, I absolutely agree with that. The freedom and the freedom to do things that make me happy, right? It's
Hmm.
to get paid to do the things that make me
Girl,
happy.
that's it. Get paid to do something you enjoy doing? Like
I didn't
what
know
what
that was
what better thing could there be, right?
right. Like,
Absolutely.
that's
Absolutely.
it. Like, that is
Yes, yes,
it, right? Because
yes.
a lot of people don't know that this is an option, right? A lot of people I
Exactly.
speak to, especially black women that I speak to, right? I'm just talking
Hmm.
about black women because that's my community.
Right,
Like,
right.
a lot of us feel so stuck in the jobs that
Hmm.
we have. And I can
Yeah,
absolutely relate to that feeling stuck, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I used to think that, like you could be an entrepreneur, but that's what you do on the side, right? Like you have to have your
Yep,
main job and then
yep,
you do your other stuff on the side. Like
yep.
entrepreneurship is not like a full time thing that you do. I never knew that
Absolutely.
it could be a full time thing that you
Yeah,
do.
listen, and I wasted 33 years thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
How
So,
far along could I have been if I had have taken that chance 30 years ago, or even 20 years ago, 15 years
mm,
ago, you know?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But then we
yeah.
also don't want to like you were on that journey for a reason, right? Like
Right.
the network that you have that you've
Yeah.
built is amazing,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah, yeah.
and then the reputation that you have in the
Mhm.
community with your network, right? Like
Right.
that You know, like your
Yeah,
journey
yeah,
is
you
your
can't
journey
beat
and it
that.
happened for
Yeah,
a
you
reason.
can't beat
And
that.
you have an amazing reputation. Ain't nobody in Patterson, especially in the school system or like the
Right,
church, like
right.
those communities. Y'all got something bad to say about Doris? You're a liar. Period.
Yes,
Period. That's
yes,
just period.
yes,
Because
yes,
what's wrong
yes,
with
yes.
you?
Right.
You feel me?
That's it's
So
true. It's true. It's true. Yeah, yeah. Even those people I beat up on a little bit, they
because it was for a reason. They needed it and they know they needed it,
absolutely.
right?
Right, 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 right. So we came to a meeting
Yeah.
of the minds.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so it was
Yes,
all a part
yes.
of your journey, right? To
It's
get
true.
you to where you
Yeah,
are now.
yeah,
And now
yeah.
look at how things are flourishing. I mean, because look at where you are right now, right? With the
Right,
part-time job where you can still
right,
get your retirement benefits, right? And
right,
because you work
right.
for them, you need to get them, right?
Absolutely,
But you can
absolutely.
also still work part-time
Right,
and your
right.
part-time job is pretty flexible, right?
Pretty
Like,
flexible, and
you
I can
know,
have fun. Like just this morning, we did the
yes.
Easter egg hunt with the kids. Like
Oh,
I got to do a little bit of decorating. I got to have a little bit of fun with the kids. Like
I
what
love
what
it.
better? What
And I
better?
really
You
love
know?
this for you because this is exactly what you were. This is the like the job that you were doing on top of your other job for all those years.
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely.
so
Yes,
now you can get
it's
paid to
true.
just do that
Just do
job and
that,
not
right? And
everything
have
else.
fun. And have
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
And have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
like I said, but people think I come to work to work. No, I come to work to have fun.
it. I love it.
If I'm not
I
having
love
fun,
it.
I might as well stay home.
What's the point?
Exactly.
Right? Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
But that's like
Exactly.
all a part of the entrepreneurship journey too, right? The
Yeah.
freedom
Yeah.
that you're getting
The
in that
freedom.
job to make the
Absolutely.
choices. So I love that. Love that
Absolutely.
for you.
Yep. Yep. Perfect.
Hey y'all, Pink Lady here. I'm a podcast producer, director, coach, and host. And I want to tell you all about my production company, Pink Lady Productions. We collaborate with creatives like you who are driven to share your message by launching your podcast from A to Z and coaching you through the process. To learn more about our services, check out our website at pinkladyprod.com. That's PINKLADYPROD.com. So, what advice do you have for entrepreneurs?
One, do things that make you happy. That's number
Mm-hmm.
one. Find something. It's funny you asked that right at this particular moment because I was just thinking. I was talking to a friend of mine just this morning
Mm,
who was saying that she's at that age, she's thinking about retiring, but she's not sure what she wants to do afterwards. So I
yeah.
told her two things. I said, one, do what your body tells you to do. Number one.
Yes.
Do what your body tells you, number one. And then two, take some time to find out what you would like to do from that point, right? So
Yes.
my thing is, don't continue on a job just because, right? And we all know we have to make money, whatever, like that.
Yes.
But don't do it just because. If there is something that you love to do that you haven't done, you haven't tried, you haven't put your all into yet, at least give that a chance, right? Take some
Yeah.
time, give that a chance. And if that's not it, okay, move on to the next thing. Let's see what else. But find something for anybody who wants to be an entrepreneur. Find something that you love to do. There's so many ways to make money doing whatever, all these different things. So there's got to be something that you can enjoy doing that you can make some money at. It's got to be,
Absolutely.
because there's just
Yeah.
too many ways to make money. So you can pretty much monetize just about anything that you love.
Yes.
So
It's
yeah.
2025.
So
Yes, you can.
right, right. So that's what I would say. I said do something that you love. And if you're not doing something you love, you don't know exactly what you love, figure it out. Just find things. Try this, try
Yeah.
that, try something else until you find something that you really love and monetize it. That's the best advice I can give. Because like I said, if you're not enjoying yourself doing stuff, especially after you've worked years and then you want to do this as another career or whatever,
Mhm.
God, please make it something that you love doing. Don't
Yes.
go from one job and then go to something else that you don't like, as much as you
Right.
didn't like
Oh
the
my
other one.
gosh.
Yeah, no, that forget that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if this part time gets to the point where I'm not enjoying it anymore, guess what?
Yes. This is hello.
It's been real.
I think that's great advice too. So Aaron Pompa. The audience, you
Absolutely.
guys don't know Aaron Pompa yet, but you will get to meet her. I'm definitely gonna have her on the podcast. I credit Aaron with pretty much like putting me on this podcasting path. Love her.
Hmm.
She was a dance teacher in the high school that I went to. So we worked together a lot because I was a drama major. So I stage managed and worked crew for like all of her shows, and then she became my
Hmm.
mentor after college. I mean after high school, excuse me. And she's just an amazing person. She's
Yeah.
going to be on the
Cool
podcast, so
people.
don't worry. But something that she always used to say, and she probably does still say it, but lean into your curiosity. And
Oh, I love that.
that's exactly what you're saying though. It's like,
Yes,
no, you may
yes.
not know what you want to do, right? You may not know what
Absolutely.
you're really passionate about. I struggled with that, right? I know people
Mm.
probably don't believe that because I was always like in the arts, right? But
Right,
like I
right.
really struggled with figuring out what exactly I wanted to do. I had no
Mhm,
idea
mhm.
I was going to be podcasting, right?
Right,
Um
right.
and she just, lean into what you're curious about. I was curious about it.
Mhm.
Right?
But that
I'm
that makes
like,
so much sense though. Yeah.
okay, right? Like, so let me try it. Turns out I love it. Turns
Right,
out this is
right.
exactly what I want to do, right? But I would have never
Exactly.
known if I wouldn't have leaned into it, right?
Absolutely.
But then it's
Absolutely.
also okay if I try this and maybe this isn't the thing that I want to do for the rest of my
Absolutely.
life. That's
Absolutely.
okay. Lean
That it
into the
is.
next thing,
It
right?
is.
Like
Yes,
just
yes,
just
yes.
I guess what I want to say, what I'm really trying to say is like, we got to stop getting ourselves stuck, right?
Mhm.
We got to stop
Mhm.
feeling like we're stuck. Like we got to make this one decision, and this one decision is going to be the end all be all. It's going to change my life.
Absolutely.
And this decision is so important. It's never the one decision. It's the
No.
series of decisions, right?
Absolutely. That's exactly what I tell young people,
Mm,
especially like high school, getting ready to go into college, and even before. My
yeah.
thing is never, ever, ever, ever get yourself stuck in, oh, this is what I'm going to do.
Mhm.
Okay, because you may get to your junior, senior year in high school and be introduced to something, and you say, "Oh, well, that's interesting. Maybe I'll look into that." Or you may get to your sophomore, junior, senior year in college and say, "Oh, well, maybe I'll try this." Don't ever think that whatever you say you're going to do or be in seventh grade is what you're going to do and be, and you have to stick with that. You may change
Mm,
your career 5 times, 10 times by the time you get to what really you love to do. And who says that's a problem?
exactly.
If that's what you need to do to get where you need to be, do that. Do that.
It's all a part of the journey, and your journey is nobody
Absolutely.
else's.
Absolutely. What do they say? It's not about the destination, it's the journey. It's getting there.
Absolutely.
It's getting there that's
Absolutely.
important. As long as you're moving
Yes.
forward, what difference
Even when
does it
you
make?
get to the destination, right? Like, that ain't
Absolutely.
it.
Right.
Right? Like, you got there,
Exactly.
now what you gonna do? We gonna turn up, we
Exactly.
gonna work, we gonna like, what
Right,
is the
right.
point
What we
of
gonna
getting to the
do?
destination, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Enjoy
yeah.
that. Once you get there, enjoy that too. Yeah.
Exactly. And then I also
Absolutely.
wanna say, right, like, these jobs a lot of the time are just a means to an end, right? Like,
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
like you said, we live in America. We live in America, right? I don't know if we got any listeners that are outside of America, but if we do, shout out to you.
Hello.
But we
Yeah.
live in America, right? We live in a capitalist society. We gotta make money.
Yeah.
If we want to live the lives that we want to live, right? Like, just
Right.
money is a part of that. Making money is a
Right.
part of that,
Right.
right? So
Right.
it's okay, right? It's okay to work in your full-time job and build your
Mhm.
business on the side until you
Right.
can jump, right? Like
Right,
that is
right.
okay. There's nothing wrong. Ain't nobody telling you to quit your job today and start tomorrow. We
No,
did
no,
not
no,
say
no,
that.
no, 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 no,
We
no.
did not
Well,
say
look,
that.
look. Hey, if you can live like that, that's fine. But I'm not doing that.
Right. Okay. That's not the advice we
uh-uh.
got over here.
No, 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 no. That you didn't hear that from
Okay.
me.
Okay. Shoot. My advice would be
No,
the opposite, to stay in that job
stay.
until you have the thing that you've building, right? Like until you've
Absolutely.
built that thing,
Listen,
right? That's what
if
I
you
would
if you going from one bad job to another bad job, I still say stay at that one bad job till you
Right.
find that other bad job.
Exactly. You know what? Because that was my, like, this the decision that I had to make during COVID. I felt like was my, like, big decision was, oh
Yeah.
my God, do I just jump into another job that I'm gonna hate in 6 months?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Or do
Right.
I
Right.
really try to build this thing? Now, mind you, when I got laid off during COVID, I was getting unemployment, right? And I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna be
Uh-huh.
honest, I was getting that extra chunk that
Right. Right. Oh yeah,
you
you had it
know,
good.
so I was in a position where I could pay my bills and work on
Okay.
my business. I was very
Okay.
blessed. I am very privileged. I know that was a privilege that everybody
Yes.
doesn't get, right?
Right. Right.
But I was still, the point is, right, like I still had some income. So I'm not telling you to like drop your income
Right.
and build this
Right.
dream. No.
Right.
Build that
Right.
dream while you're doing what you're
While you're
doing.
absolutely, absolutely, because you can use that income to help build
That's
your
it.
business, right? That's the smartest thing to do. Anything extra goes to your business. You pay
Exactly.
your bills, and then anything over that, it goes to your business.
Because
That's
you
what
have
makes
to
sense.
invest, right? You gotta
Absolutely,
spend money to make
absolutely.
money, as they say,
There
right?
you go. There you go.
But
You got to lay that
yeah,
groundwork. Absolutely. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I completely agree. Just don't feel stuck. You're not stuck.
Yeah.
You can make a
Yeah.
decision to get out. That's the like
Yeah.
overall
And
theme of the conversation.
that is definitely the overall theme. And even if I would also say if you have a job that you're not particularly you don't really want to be there, whatever,
Yeah.
along the way, try stuff.
Yes.
Try stuff.
Yes.
Try this, try that, and see what you like. You never know what you might be interested in if you just try it. You know, so that's my advice.
So
Definitely.
true. So true. Can you think of anything that like you thought you would not like? You would be like, you were like, before you tried it, right? You were like, oh hell
Hmm.
no, I'm not into that. I would never be into that. And then you tried it and you're like, oh, I kind of like this. For me, like, it's so funny, but yoga, right? Because
Okay.
if you look at how deep I am to into my yoga journey now, it's like, oh, really? Like you were against it, and it's not like I was against it, but it was just like yoga is
Uh huh.
it's like, I don't know, like fluffy, right? Like my
Yeah.
ideas
Yeah.
of what yoga were completely wrong, right?
Right.
I'm like, yoga is this. First of all, I thought it was a white girl thing, right? Like
Right. Right. Of
I
course.
thought
Of
it,
course. We
and then I
all
didn't
did.
think, right, and then I didn't think it could help me. I'm like, how is this fluffy thing supposed to help me? Like, I don't know.
Right.
But then I
Right.
tried it. The first time I ever did yoga was at the Cheer Hawaii camp.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so that was the first time I ever did yoga, and even then it was like, okay, this is cool, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah. Yeah.
after COVID, I got back into, and I'm like, oh, maybe this is for
Okay.
me. And I just dive deeper
Okay.
and deeper, and it's like, yeah, who would have thunk it, right?
Right.
But this
Right.
is my
Right.
jam. I love it. So
Okay.
you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And I mean, it's it's funny. Um like I said, I know there's some things, but I have spring break brain right now because
No
we
worries.
get ready to go on spring break.
Yeah.
But I know one thing because in the back of my head, I always remember my mother saying to me, "You want to be a well-rounded person." She was always,
Mm,
wanting me to try things, do new things, whatever. So she wanted me to be a well-rounded person.
yeah.
I'll never forget. I was probably 15 or 16 years old, sitting at the dinner table, and she had made squash, and I was like, I am not eating this squash. I don't care what you will do to me. You could beat me. You could do whatever. And I sat there and I sat there and I sat there and I sat there. And eventually I was like, Lord, this woman is not going to let me up from this table until I try this freaking squash. I love squash now.
I'm like, you
Zucchini
love squash. That's
squash.
so funny.
Exactly. Like, so yeah, try it. Just freaking
Yes.
try it.
Yes.
I could have saved myself so much time.
That's funny that you bring up a food, because for me the food is onions, right? I remember I
Oh,
used to and I was having this conversation. My So this is another episode you'll hear soon.
okay.
Amber Sims will be on the podcast later on down the
Cool.
line. But we were talking about how her palate was always so adult. Like, she used to eat
Oh,
onions and all
yes.
these crazy things on
Yes.
sandwiches when we were younger.
Yes. Yes.
And now, oh, I love onions, right? Like, I love the taste of onions. I don't mind the crunch of onions, right? Like,
Okay.
I really
Okay.
actually love onions now. And who would have thunk it again? This
Really?
was a time I remember we went in some burger place in, I can't remember where, but it's got to be some burger place in Jersey.
Uh-huh.
But they were putting onions. They were making, burgers with onions, and I'm like, damn, that smells good. Like, onions is. I like this smell. Like, what is
Right,
going
right.
on? And
Right.
then I had a burger with some, because they
With the
they like mix
onions.
it in. Yeah, I had a burger with the
Oh.
onions, and it was slapping. I'm like, okay, okay. Now I see what I was missing, right?
Right,
But
right, right,
I would
right,
have never
right.
known if I
Yes,
ain't try it.
yes. That's true. That's
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So just try it. Just try it. Whatever it
absolutely.
is,
Just try
just
it.
try it. One time. Just one time. Just try it. If you don't like it, okay.
That's okay.
But try it.
It's okay.
But
Now
try it.
you know you definitely don't like it. You're not just
Right.
assuming,
Scratch
right?
that one off and go on to the
Right.
next thing.
On to the next.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So I got through my questions. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Um no, I guess I mean you pretty much covered everything I was thinking about.
Cool.
Like I said, it's just good to be in a place in my life where I'm really enjoying the things that I'm doing. Like I know,
Yeah.
there's some tweaks I want to make in my life, some changes, some different things. But for the most part, I'm as they say, I'm living the life. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And okay. So the
yeah.
last thing I do want to say is kind of just like, of course, take charge of your life, right? Make decisions for yourself,
Absolutely,
but also
absolutely.
remember that life is going to life no matter what.
Oh yes,
So
Lord, it
you
is.
got to you just got to be ready to be along for the ride,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
things will happen that'll just derail the whole thing.
yeah,
But as
yeah,
long as you're around, you're up for the journey, right? You're up for that derailment.
yeah,
You
yeah.
like, you just know it's gonna happen, so you
Right,
got your mind ready for it.
right, right.
It
Yeah, yeah,
you'll be able to ease through it,
yeah.
like, it'll
That
happen a
you
lot easier.
It is that's very, very important though, because
Yeah.
and it's interesting that you use the term derail, because some people will allow a derailment to really send them in another direction that's not
Yes.
not a good place, or just kind of stall them out completely. But you have to look at it as, okay, this was a f- you could call it a fail if you want, whatever. You can't live life without failing.
Mhm.
But okay, pick yourself up, dust yourself off. Let's get started again. Let's do it again. Let's either do
On to
that
the
again or
next.
do it different, or yeah, on to the next thing,
Right.
whatever it is. Don't let that derailment be the end. You know,
Yes.
do something else. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Another thing, Erin is all up in this conversation, so shout out to her. She always said, you got to look at these things as data, right? Like, and not get emotional about
Oh,
it,
oh, okay.
because we'll get emotional, especially as entrepreneurs. We got ego, right, a little bit,
Mhm.
so we'll get
Mhm.
emotional. We'll be
Mhm.
like, oh, it's all my fault. We'll start blaming
Yep.
ourselves. We'll start
Yep.
looking, at ourselves differently, like, damn, I can't do nothing right.
Yep.
All of those bad things that we need to keep out, right, that we know are not true.
Yep.
So instead, look at it as data, like what exactly went wrong.
Mhm.
What can
Mhm.
I learn from this? How can I do this
Absolutely.
differently? I like that you say maybe do that thing again, but just try it differently.
Yep.
Maybe maybe it's just the one thing that's off, right? I love
Absolutely.
these cooking and food analogies keep coming up, but I think they're good. Because I've been trying. I just got this pasta. I tried it 3 times,
Okay.
and this last time, even Ken's he was like, "Oh yeah, this was good," right? Like he gave me a
Uh-oh.
compliment.
Uh-oh.
So I'm like, I finally
Okay.
got the recipe, and even I still have tweaks that I'm gonna do, right? But
Okay.
like I
Okay.
finally got to a place where we both actually like really enjoyed it. So
Okay.
it's like looking if I would have after that first time, if I would have cooked it and we didn't really enjoy it, I could have just been like,
Right.
nah, I'm
Right.
never doing
Right.
that again.
Right.
Like, okay, on to the next,
Right.
right? But
Right.
no,
Right.
I
Right.
tweaked the recipe, I tweaked the menu, I tweaked
Right.
like the stove, the how long I had it, the temperature, and I
Right.
like tweaked different
Right.
things. And we finally got
Right.
to a place where like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
enjoy this, and
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
time it's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
even better, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
looking at these things is collecting the data. It's just
Data.
data. It's just
Yeah. Yeah.
information for you to learn
Yeah.
from. So
You're right. You're right.
yeah.
And that made me think of something else too, real quick.
Yeah.
So when I see things like either on TV or reels or whatever, cooking stuff like stuff that I said, oh, that looks pretty good. I think I might try
Mhm.
that. The thing with me though, right? When you like mention onions and things like that, like onions, peppers, different things like that, I like the
Yeah.
taste that it gives, the flavor that it gives the food, but I don't
Yeah.
necessarily like to eat it, right?
Yeah.
So even when there are recipes that call for, certain things, I may either take them out or use them differently or whatever,
Mm.
so that the recipe actually becomes mine now because I've tweaked
Yes.
it, right? So we got, like you said, that's an analogy that we can use in life too. Just because you want, oh, I think I like to do that, right? Okay, so try that, but I don't know if I'd like to do that with that way.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Mhm.
don't do it that way. Do it another way. Find another way to do it. Because
Absolutely.
my event planning business is different from my friend's event planning business. She does this, she does that, she does that. I don't do that. But then
Mhm.
there's things I do that she doesn't do, right? So if I need something that she has, I'll call on her. If she has something that I have something that she has, she calls on me. So it doesn't have, just because it's the same title doesn't have to mean it's done the same way, right? So yeah,
Absolutely.
tweak it, mix it up, turn it around, flip it, whatever. Yeah,
Goes back
I
to
love
that
it.
personalization and really making it
Yes,
for
yes,
someone, but in this case, for you,
absolutely.
really
For
making it
you,
your
for
own.
you. Yep,
Absolutely.
yep,
Love that.
yep.
And then also it's about like collaborating and not competing. Y'all gonna hear
Yes.
I learned so much from these interviews, let me tell you, because that I got from Adi
Uh huh.
Carr, and her episode's gonna come out down the line too. So look out for that. But she talks about collaborating instead of competing, right? Because if you look at like social, if you follow the wrong people on social media, or like if you got the wrong people in your circle, then you'll think it's all about competition, and it's not. It's all about how can we help each other. Something I took that really resonated with me. Issa Rae talks about instead of like looking up to people who like are in the industry who and not that she wasn't saying like don't look up to those people, but she was saying instead of like trying to work with those people, look across and collaborate with the people who are on the same kind of like plane as you, right? And we can all build each other up. That really like that I felt that. And that's the same thing about like collaboration over competition, because we need to work together. How can we all
Yes.
help each other rather than hoarding the resources and being like, no, I can't help you, sorry, you know
Uh huh.
because that's what these white men are doing.
Okay.
These corporations, right? That's what they're doing.
Like, there are people who want magnanimous, huge, I, I'm not necessarily that person, right? I can do
Yeah.
it. I can do it because you want to give me your money. I'm all about it.
Hello.
But I would rather, I'll put it this way, I would rather do an awesome job for somebody who's like on a budget, right? Like, "Ah, I
Mm,
really want this really good thing for my kid, and
yeah.
but I'm on a but I come on to me. Come on to me. I'm gonna do what I can to make that super special for your kid or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because there's some people I look at some things and I'm like, dang, what y'all? This is the first birthday. What y'all gonna do when the kid get married?
Hello. Yes.
So I'm
Yes.
I'm like I want to work with those people who were like, you know what? I want to have make my baby's first birthday really special, but I ain't trying to spend $6,000.
Hello.
I got you, boo.
Right.
Come on, I got you.
Yes.
We gonna make this look like
Yes.
it. You spent $66,000, but you ain't gonna spend nowhere near
Yes.
that. So yeah, and when you
Absolutely.
talk about collab, because if you want to spend $6,000 and there's some stuff that you want that I ain't got, I'm gonna send you over to my girl because I know she got that stuff. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's definitely all about working together and collaborating and yeah, all that competing stuff. First of all, I'm too old for that.
Right.
I ain't got time for that nonsense. I ain't got time for that
It's
nonsense.
so draining.
It
Like
is. It is. I gotta go home and get into bed after that. Like,
right.
ugh. Yeah. No, it's
But
all about
yeah.
collaborating. Definitely. Definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's because, again, going back to the freedom of getting to choose who I want to work with,
There you
you know
go.
exactly
Th-
who you want to work with, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
if you fall outside of that, that's okay. Maybe we're just not a good fit.
There
I'm
you
going to send
go.
you on to my girl because I know
Yep.
that y'all
Y'all can.
probably will
Y'all.
be
Y'all
a
can.
better fit.
Absolutely. One
Yeah.
hundred percent.
Love that.
Yep.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Definitely.
Bet on
Yes.
yourself.